we'll start with a statement from Coach Creighton McDermott.
Yeah, I mean, tip my hat to Nebraska. You know, great defensive plan to keep the ball out of the paint, and you know, when they do that, we've got to take advantage and make some 3-point shots. And obviously, we didn't shoot it very well. And you know, on top of that, our turnovers. I just thought we had some uncharacteristic, foolish turnovers that, you know, 22-7 points off turnovers. That's a game. And you know, our ball security hasn't been great all season, and we've got to work to get it better. But you know, they hit some big shots at critical times. They got to the free throw line, which not many people do against us. So you know, we have a lot to address, and we'll get back to the drawing board on Sunday.
Questions for the student athletes first. So for right now, Ryan, and then we'll pop it to you.
Ryan, just in terms of trying to assess the defensive game plan Nebraska executed tonight, physicality, fronting, low man, like what do you think was the biggest key to them keeping the ball out of the restricted area and away from the rim?
I think just in terms of like post-ups, like you said, they've come a lot, and then they commit 1 or 2 guys on the backside to keeping that pass from going over the top. And you know, when they do that, you kind of give up threes, but you want to knock them down, like keep sending that guy to keep it away. And you know, that's all you can really ask for out of those post-ups is you get an open 3 out of it. Some nights just don't fall, but yeah, they just kept committing a lot of people to the thing.
This is the 4th time in your 4 games against them that they've committed to that game plan. Does that get frustrated?
I mean, like I said, if you're getting open shots, you live with it. I mean, they can commit 5 people to me if they're giving up wide open threes. Then I don't care if I shoot the ball. Just we got to knock them down next time, and we will. We got a lot of good shooters on this team. I got confidence in them. They're gonna make the next one.
Defensively, when they started attacking more, getting some offensive rebounds, did it feel like their physicality, their intention to be physical on the offensive end was also impactful in how they were able to separate?
Let's see how many offensive rebounds today, but
6 in the second.
yeah, I mean we only had 1 at halftime, so can't give up 6 offensive rebounds in a half. That doesn't help me in trying to climb out of the hole.
Ryan, what do they do on the offensive end too? It's been a while since we finished the game with 4 fouls.
I mean, wasn't really worried about the fouls. I mean, one was fouling at the end, another one was going for a loose ball, and just they called a foul on me pushing in, which that happened. So, I mean, I'm not really concerned about the fouls and what they're doing on offense. That's really not worrying me.
The other night, Matt kind of wondered if you guys were, I guess, ready for the uptick in the challenge the schedule was going to present to you. And now that you've had a kind of game to go through it, I guess, what takeaways do you have from what you guys have done so far through 5 games and where you need to go in terms of your next stride?
Yeah, I definitely think that what this team has shown so far is not what its ceiling is. I know we have a lot more in us than what we've shown. I mean, we've had some really good stretches where we put it all together, but we need to be more consistent putting that together for 40 minutes, and also just like Mac talked about before and after the game, just having grit in what we do. And you know, sometimes things aren't going our way, sometimes shots aren't going to fall, and we've got to find a way to win those games even when shots aren't falling. So, I mean, you know, definitely not our best that we're going to have this year, but there's going to be a lot of stuff we can learn from that, and we're going to be a way better team in March than we are right now.
Do 3 more for the student athletes.
Top, what did you see from Nebraska in terms of their ability to bottle up the transition game? Obviously, they made some shots early, but it seemed like the defense was getting stops as the game wore on, but they were not letting you guys kind of get out as easily.
Yeah, they were. They were getting back for sure. You could tell that was a point of emphasis. We didn't really get any easy baskets at all. That was a struggle throughout the game just to get easy baskets, and that's something that we got to work on. Part of it was them getting back, and part of it was, it's not us. You don't. You just got to know better. You just got to play faster, man. And we got to find a way to get Ryan Kalkbrenner the ball tonight. So he had 1 shot attempt. I think that's bigger to be. So.
Pop, what they do in terms of pressure to not in transition, but in the half court to kind of speed you guys up and maybe throw you off of your rhythm?
I mean, yeah, they were just playing hard. You could tell they came in like real motivated and ready to play the game. We had too many turnovers. That's been a thing coach has been getting on us about just the first 5 games of the season. So we got to just keep playing without turning the ball over, playing on 2 feet. I mean, there were some openings, I feel like, on some of the turnovers we had, but we just didn't stop on 2 feet and just didn't make the right play on them. So, that's more so what it is, just playing on 2 feet and playing more under control.
Last one for the guys. All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Joe.
Back 2 years ago, they had that same strategy, and you couldn't hit the threes, and happened again tonight. Is that just the nature of this series, you think, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Last year we beat them by 30.
Yeah.
So the same. So I mean, there's a risk to what they do, and if you shoot it well. But even the shooting, to Pop's point, the turnovers, you can't do both. You can't not shoot it well and turn it over. I mean, and come on, we had 13 points the first 29 possessions of the game. I mean, we're lucky to even have a chance to get back in it with that kind of offensive performance. And there was a little bit of everything during that. Some open shots, some missed opportunities, some turnovers that led to baskets for them. But like I told the team, it's you lose by 11 points, and it won't be hard for me to find three offensive possessions where I don't even recognize what we're doing, that we make some mistakes that are uncharacteristic, that as soon as they watch it on film, they're gonna say, what the heck am I doing? And then find 3 defensive possessions where there's a lack of communication or a lack of following a game plan. And guys don't, as soon as they see it, they know they made the mistake. That's all it takes to flip an 11-point game, is to flip 3 possessions on each end. So, we've got some work to do. There's been some concerns that I've had through the first 4 games with some of our ball security, our ability to deliver it to Kalk on time when he has an opening. And, and then, we've got some guys that, what they do is shoot, and they're gonna have to shoot. That's just the reality of it. And, we now don't, we have no idea how long Steven's gonna be out. I think it's gonna be a while. So, some other guys are gonna have to step up.
Is there how is Steven?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, he stepped on a guy's foot, 3-point shot. You're defenseless in that situation, and he torqued it pretty good.
Any word how long he'll be out?
No, I have no idea. We'll dig into that tomorrow.
I guess when you look at, I'm sure if you go back and look at the shots that you guys got off the back end of that fight and low man committing, probably say that's fine. But is there other ways for maybe guards or wings that they can attack that strong side to get Kalkbrenner of the ball instead of just the reverse?
Yeah, it makes it a little tougher because Nebraska really sends you to the baseline. So it's not like you can get to the middle of the floor. I mean, they're very intentional of not letting you get there. Now, when you get to the baseline, they really collapse, and that's when you saw us make 1 pass and then 1 more pass, and a lot of times we have an open shot. We run plays to get those shots. So it's more the turnovers. I think that's the more concerning part. I think this team will shoot it. I really do. But we have to clean up the ball security, and then defensively, there are times we just had an opportunity to draw a line in the sand and we didn't do it. And we're gonna have to get better. It's November. We got a hell of a stretch ahead of us here. So we've got work to do.
In terms of types of turnovers, is it?
You name it.
Yeah.
You name it, we did it. Some crazy ones. And at times I think they were so frustrated with their inability to get it to Kalk that they probably forced the issue a few times when it wasn't there. And Nebraska did a good job of running different new bodies at him, and he drew 10 fouls. So while we didn't get him the touches he needed to, like that, his presence created 10 fouls and it created a lot of open 3-point shots. And to his point, if you're gonna put 3 guys on me, you're gonna let my teammates shoot open threes, then I'm doing my job. But, you know, we've, in the times where we had a chance to get it to him, we have to deliver it. And I thought we missed a couple of those.
What was the reason to go to McAndrew hour and a half?
I thought he was comfortable. You know, those Jason and Jackson and Isaac have all done some good things in practice. But I just, you know, I liked his length, and, you know, he had just hit a 3, and I thought he was playing with a little bit more confidence. You know, Isaac is new to this starting thing too. You know, he's been around, but this is, we got a lot of guys in new roles that they're adjusting to, and as the season goes on, they'll feel a little more comfortable.
What did you see out of Pop tonight, especially with Steven potentially missing some time and need a little bit more out
Yeah,
of
I
him?
mean, he's got to, you know, he's going to have to create for us. And, you know, I thought he created some good stuff for himself. We'll have to watch the film to see if there were opportunities when he got in there to maybe create some things for other people. And, you know, to his point, I think sometimes he was, you know, maybe flying in there and leaving his feet where he could have set his feet, made a good play. But, you know, he gave us some life. And, you know, his speed and transition, you know, really helps us.
2 more. Zach, what type of measuring stick was this for you guys before you go to Vegas next year?
I mean, it's, you know, we're just, obviously we don't want to lose at home. I mean, if you're going to be good, you've got to protect your home floor. And, you know, I didn't think we had quite the grit we probably needed to have for 40 minutes. But at the same time, I'm proud of the fact, as I mentioned, we were down 18, and, you know, you can get deflated when you're missing shot after shot after shot. And we kept fighting, and, you know, I think we got it to 7 a couple occasions with a chance. So, you know, there's some positive signs there as well. And the reality of it is, you know, I'm gonna view this game like I do every other game. We're gonna watch some film on Sunday, and we're gonna take some things that we did well, and we're gonna look at it. We're gonna take some things that we didn't. We're gonna look at it. And we're gonna flush it, and we're gonna get ready for the next one. It's a long season.
How do you think, I mean, obviously free throws, offensive rebounds, especially in the second half, were big factors, but how do you think Nebraska did so well to bottle up the quick strike ability with your offense and getting out in transition?
Well, their offensive rebounds were kind of stuff around the basket. Like, we had to go help, Kalkbrenner helped, and somebody sneak behind. Because they were really sending 3 guys or 4 guys back most of the game. And a couple of those goofy ones, I remember one Jackson had to leave the challenge, and his guy, Gary, caught it under the rim. So, you know, that part of it I didn't think was a huge factor in the game, but, you know, they got back, they took away our transition game. And that, you know, they took away Kalk, and then they rolled the dice with the rest of it. And, you know, to their credit, it worked, and, you know, they played a very intelligent game.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mac.